So today's journal is about trust. And when I say trust, I mean the trust that I put into Jennifer over the course of our relationship. And unfortunately, this journal is going to have portions that deride Jennifer, despite my best efforts to keep this journal focused on myself and what I'm feeling and what I am going through. I need to start the journal by saying that over the course of our relationship, Jennifer cheated on me twice that I'm aware of. And over the course of our relationship, Jennifer drove herself into financial ruin twice that I'm aware of, so that I had to bail her out of her debts. And that sounds bad when I say it out loud. I've never said that to anybody before. But this journal isn't about who Jenn is and how she conducts herself. This journal is about, why did I place my trust in Jenn all these years? Why did I think that over the course of our relationship things would get better? What was my thought process? Because the trust that I put into her was naive in thinking that she would change. The trust that I put into her was blind, as cliche as that sounds. Love made me blind, I guess. Do I feel like now I can place that trust in anyone else ever again? Can I trust someone with my heart? Can I trust myself to get that close to someone, to open myself back up again to someone else in the way that they would deserve when I decide to move on and start seeing someone new? I don't know. I don't know if I can place that trust in anyone. And at this moment, I'm afraid for myself that form of trust is not something that I'll be able to get back to. There has to be trust in a relationship for it to work. There has to be that part of your relationship where you have your significant other deserves your unconditional love, your unconditional trust. Otherwise, the relationship can't work. And though my trust in Jennifer was let down many times over the course of our relationship, it was something that I felt I had to give back to her. Otherwise, we were never going to be able to make it. And making it through the difficult times was always on my mind. I knew as soon as we got to Maryland that Jenn and I were having difficult times. She was distant. She was less loving, less emotionally open with me. And she was getting used to a new job. We had moved to Maryland because of this great opportunity for her. And so I placed my trust in her, hoping that we would be able to get back to the love that we had had in Connecticut. I put my trust in her that we would try significantly to make things work when we moved away from Maryland. And I gave up my career to be with the children and to be available for Jenn so that we could try and patch things up, because they had gotten so distant and so cold in Maryland. I still feel like trust is an integral part of a good relationship. I still feel like trust is something that I'm going to need to teach the kids when they begin their relationships. And Kaya is coming up on that time soon enough. But can I open myself up to someone else and give them the unconditional trust that they are going to need for a relationship to work? Can I do that again? Gosh, I just don't know. Maybe I can answer that question and look back on this journal entry at a later date. I hope.